All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praise and glories unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Harachawadash. Double honors to our apostles, the bishops, the elders of the great millstone who teach and rule well. Greetings, salutations, blessings, much love to the hopeful elect. Shalom unto you. Brush Quad with a quick video. And this is just going to be more MOTB update news, if you will, just more tech news, okay? And I have another article. Let me grab that other one as well. Let me line it up. Bear with me. All right, and so we'll start with this article here, which says California, this is by desertsun.com, right? Digital California driver's licenses, ID cards coming to Apple Wallet, Google Wallet. And as I'm not, concerned about these small movements, I'm more so concerned about the larger implications, okay, how they're consolidating all the information to onto certain platforms. Okay, so now your California driver's license can now be on in your Google and Apple wallets, which we know with the MOT to the B on the micro C hip, and I'm gonna get that in Revelation and show you. But when you're doing that, it's now connecting all the different information into one place, and that's where this MOT to the B is really specific at. It was really the power in it, if you will, because you got cell phones now, you got your digital wallet, or whatever the case may be. They're trying to first condition you to get it all on your phone. Then they'll condition you to take implants. Then they'll start conditioning you to mix all the information on your phone onto into the implant. Okay? And I'm just being simple with the steps, but they're going many small steps. Okay? They went from cash and coin to credit and credit cards, and you just keep moving, and then what's the other cards? Debit cards, and you just keep moving from there, going forward until you realize, hey, it's got it all. This system is being set up before our eyes. All right. Now I'll read a little bit in this article, not much though, because it's more so about the tech versus the what this level of the system that's being set up it actually is. It says Californians will soon have a new option, and right now it's an option. But we know when it is going to get to a point that it will not be an option, it will be mandatory, or you will not be able to assimilate with the with life. There's no other way to say it. Okay, with the system, with the way of life, which is that image of the beast. You won't be able to participate in society. Okay, you won't be able to go to you won't be able to drive a car because you won't have a license. You won't be able to own a car. Okay, it's gonna essentially make you a fugitive amongst the beast system. Okay. Anyway, it says have a new option to display a version of their driver's license or ID cards on their mobile phones, which they've been doing that with your insurance, because, and I even taken a picture of my license before and gave it to them. But people go on there and they can doctor, and what's that called? Women were using before. Basically, you can alter it. I can't think what it's called. If you remember, you can put it in the description if I don't recall it. It started with a P, I believe. But you basically you can alter things online, and pictures. I almost had it, but yeah. So anyway, moving on. But have it on your mobile phone via Apple Wallet, which will be able to be a verification system that says this is from the DMV. It's connected to the state and the DMV. This is connected. You see what I'm saying? To the government. All right. It says, and Google Wallet officials announced Thursday, according to a statement from Governor Gavin Newsom, which we know he's fully locked in with the agenda of the beast, right? His office says the state's mobile driver's license pilot program which currently allows licenses and IDs to be displayed through the DMV Wallet app, will be expanded into include the two major tech company apps. Okay. They have a little more in here. I don't think so. Oh, no. We got to get this quote. I'll just keep reading. Once up and running, residents can show their IDs on just about any Apple iPhone, Apple Watch, and Android devices. We are partnering with two iconic California companies, Apple and Google, to provide convenient, which that word is going to continue to come around to get you to accept this thing, okay? This whole system. Convenience, okay? Convenient, private, and secure driver's licenses and ID cards directly on people's phones, Newsom said. This is a big step in our effort to better serve all Californians, meet people where they're at, and with technology people use every day. See how they're already getting it for you? They're aiming it like it's going to help the people, but what it's going to help do is police you people. Okay? And right now they're sitting just so you don't get alarmed. Hold on. So you don't get alarmed by it, right? This is what they always do when they're acclimating you to it, right? It says the digital IDs do not replace their traditional plastic counterparts, according to the statement. However, it does make it easier for Californians to validate their age and identity, right, at participating businesses and airports. All right, because people will forget their wallet nowadays and just use their phone with Apple Pay and all of these other things that's going on, which will conveniently, just like you have these commercials where people come in and there's a party going on in line, they're just swiping and tapping and all of this now. Eventually, and then they was like somebody pulls out cash and the party stops, the music stops, the screen kind of goes in black and white, and it's like, ugh. But then the next person comes up and they're back to the party, showing you the good. It's all conditioning, okay? It's all witchcraft on you to get you to buy into it. But once you're in it, they don't show you that you're locked into a prison, okay? That you have to give your allegiance unto this beast and this beast system, okay? Which the beast, when I get it in Revelation, is just the same thing they did in ancient Rome, okay? And even ancient Greece, all right? It says more than 500,000 people have signed up for a California mobile driver's license, officials said. The pilot program was initially designed to allow up to 1.5 million participants. Okay, so they got the 0.5. I'm sure the million will come at some point. All right, so let's get the other tech news we have with the MOTB. All right, here we go. This was on TikTok or whatever.
The headline is NFL is using facial recognition for all 32 teams to verify identities of everyone at stadiums.
Yes.
Now, when you look into it, it's like, it doesn't matter what they're using it for. Like, it's all convenience and all this stuff with the IDs. To scan anyone, you got to scan everyone. If one person allows themselves to be scanned by the arena, everyone has to now be scanned. Okay? Regardless what you think. What do you think they've been setting up since the lockdowns and 5G and all of that? What do you think they've been setting it? They've been setting this thing up. Okay? So some of you that's coming into the faith or maybe watching this because you're at the early stages of belief in this thing, hey, that's great, but just understand that this thing has been getting set up for a very long time, and now the technology is beginning to match the power that this system had always dreamed to achieve. That the prophecy says that this thing will come close to achieving. Okay, when I say come close, that means right when they have their hand, right, it says we're about to fill his belly, then shall I strike them down. Let me get that quote properly. Job 20, verse 22 and 23, it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, what does that mean, the fullness of his sufficiency? Everything that that the Most High has him to bring forth in the earth, everything that he's meant to accomplish, the purpose of his life. Okay? In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So right when this is about to come to full fruition, he's going to break the whole system down. And Yahushua will return, and all these other things will happen. World War III and the destruction of this landmass to the lake of fire, North America, okay, turns into the lake of fire. All that's coming. The children of Israel being, a remnant of them being redeemed and removed out of this place, okay, while everyone else is left in the lake of fire, okay? And that's what you get for taking the MOTB. Okay, you take the MOT to the B, you get left down here, man, because you've given your allegiance and pledged your alliance to the beast, okay, by receiving his implant. All right. All right.
Verify identities of everyone at stadiums.
Yes.
They say it's not everyone. It's just like media and whatnot that's showing up, you know. But if you scan anyone, you got to scan everyone. Okay, and there may be certain entrances and all of that. All that sounds wonderful, but the technology that's available to facial recognize people is what we're really looking at. The tech available. Okay.
Biggest deal.
And this is the mentality that Joe Budden here is taking. Shows you that people are going to accept it. Why is that such a big deal?
That
Everyone at stadiums.
yes. Why is that the biggest deal? I know I said it was a big deal earlier. Now you sound the same. I'm confused.
I think it's scary, and we crossing the line where, to Mel's point, most people now shopping with credit cards. After a minute, you're going to tie your face to a credit card. This shit ain't going to stop. This is crazy just at a football game, because if I go to the game and, like, what's the implication here? I go to a game and I got a warrant. I'm popped up on an alert somewhere. Now they come pick me up out of my seat.
Yeah.
Because I'm out in public with a warrant. Yeah. If you have a warrant.
He said, yeah, like it's okay. Okay. Yeah, don't have a warrant. Well, we're going to be having warrants on us for the belief in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshua. Okay? So if you believe in this and you don't want to be a victim, if you will, I don't want to call it a victim, what's a better word for that? You don't want to be destroyed, for no other better way to say it, unalived, because you've assimilated to this beast, and you're taking his implant, okay, his MAR to the K. If you've taken that, then you don't take it. You suffer what comes with that, and you believe in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua unto salvation, unto the time of salvation. You're going to be outcasted from this system. They're going to put you in a warrant. They're going to hunt you. And I got scripture on that, right? But let me keep going.
Why are you at the Giants game?
Nigga, we've had warrants riding around like motherfucking...
And you know what time it is. Get down.
So it's saying get down or lay down. Okay.
Lay down time.
Catch me when you... Catch me.
Headline.
Now the point isn't more so about going to the football game. It's about this being at the grocery store. Okay, this being at Sprouts or Amazon Go or at your job or, at all these different places that the beast will now have complete control over. Okay? And then you may not even have jobs. So wherever you go to get a house, if you go to enter someone's home, you may not be, you don't know the level. They already got these iHome and all this other stuff, going around already, this technology going around already. They can scan. They were asking people back in 2020 or 2021, how many people are in the house, and I think it's 2020, how many people are in the house and how many people have had this thing and are they separate? And they start trying to be real invasive into people's private lives. So how much more if they now have the technology set up to initiate this type of thing? And how do we know? They put it in the movies. The idea has been out there. Now they're making it come to pass. They put it in the movies. What movie specifically? you can go right to the movie Demolition Man. You know, I won't go there for fair use, you know, infringement if they may try to say, but it's in that movie. Okay, you go and you wonder why Wesley Snipes could go in there, you know, which was Simon Phoenix could go in there and do all kind of weirdo things and type and get access to things. Like, how can he get access to this? I think he said, what kind of chip does he have that he has access? I learned knitting in my rehabilitation when we went to prison. He got combat training in computer hacking. You know, so it just goes to show you that they're rigging the system for their benefit, which is gonna be for complete control, dystopian. You go into another movie like 1984, okay, and you start to see that this full surveillance system is what they're setting up. All right, and this is all in turn to get the birthright back. Now I'm just saying that's not the point of this video, but just showing you how it all correlates. All right, so let me get a couple precepts. So before I go to the book of Revelation, I'm going to go to First Maccabees, showing you that this was done in ancient times as well. Okay? This is First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 50. And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king. Now they didn't have the technology to do it back then, but they had people set up. Right? But peep the language, and then when I get to Revelation, you'll see a similar language, right? And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said he should die. Let me go there now. Revelation 13 verse 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, and the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Okay? Now, this was the beginning of the beast when you go back to, well, actually it was Roman Empire, but you go back, you can see that the whole Greco-Roman situation was all set up together. Okay? Because those were Edomites ruling in both rulerships. Okay? From the Romans, I mean the Greeks. Okay, and as brothers know, when you come up here, it talks about it in the second verse, Revelation 13 verse 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, which ties you into the book of Daniel and the different animals. Okay, that leopard was the Greek Empire. Okay, so it had part of that Greek Empire in this new beast. Okay, and it showed like. It shows you all of this right here. All right. And it shows you how this last beast is described. Okay, but that final beast was that fourth beast in Daniel the 7th chapter. Yep. And I think the image was in the 2nd chapter. Yeah, but in the 7th chapter it goes into all these different beasts. And it shows you I usually just show the image to show you that. But it had that same Greco-Roman thing. So going back, it's showing you in Maccabees, okay, that leopard rulership, okay, this is that same type of thing that the final beast would have. Okay? And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said he should die. In the same self manner he wrote he to his whole kingdom, all the lands that he ruled over, and appointed overseers over all the people, commanding the cities of Judah to sacrifice city by city. Okay, and many of the people were gathered unto them, to wit, everyone that forsook the law, so they committed evils in the land. Okay, and look what it continues to say, and drove the Israelites into secret places. We became like a worm, outlaws. Okay, because we didn't assimilate to the system, which is the commandment we should keep according to the believers in salvation, so we don't get destroyed of taking the MOT to the B. Okay? It says, drove into secret places and wheresoever they could flee to secure. We're like running around with warrants. So if you're running around with a warrant, no, you wouldn't go to a football game, but when they move it from just a football game, okay, to the local grocery store, to the gas station, okay, to street corners where we see these certain police cameras or whatever being set up. You be driving down the street and it just has a police thing on it. And it's a camera with the red and blue light on it, sitting up there over the intersection or over, policing that. Just watching. Okay, they set those up in some jakes in these hoods, especially in the drug dealing communities, drug selling communities or whatever, drug using communities, all of that. They'll set those up and just watch traffic. It's not just watching traffic to watch in a sense of how many cars and how long the light is holding them. There's another video that I saw. I can't think of where to find it at now, but there's another video where the cop saying, yeah, this technology is amazing. We set this up, and then now we can isolate everything going to this one door. Everything walking up and down the block, we'll just X that out, and we'll walk all the paths of everybody going to this door. And then where's the traffic correlating the most? Like, they start isolating certain situations, and they can see everything. So now we just got to raid that one house or that house and this other house. Okay, and then we can monitor the times that all of this traffic is really happening. So he must wake up he don't wake up at 6 a.m. and leave and go to work like everybody else. The traffic starts around 10 a.m. and it don't stop till 10 p.m. or whatever. So this is the system that they now, and if I could only, I'm gonna look for it. Bear with me. I'm gonna, pause of course, but if I can see if I can find that video speaking on it. But the technology is now meeting the system that they're trying to initiate, that image of the beast. Okay. All right, this is the video right here. Fair use. Okay, I'm not gonna play the video. I don't know if it's monetized or not, but I'm gonna try to fast forward to a certain moment. But you see the technology right there. I can't make it big for changing the orientation, but let's see what we can do. Okay, you can see everything. This is a whole block right here. Okay, they got times that people are walking, and they got everything. Okay. All right, and this is the other part of it. I'll try to put this in the description so you can watch it if you've never seen it. But look at the technology that they have. Okay? I'm telling you, this MOTB tech, man, it's all set up. This is 6 years ago this video came out. Okay, it came to YouTube and was posted on YouTube on this page 6 years ago. Okay? So what do you think they have out there now? And it's not set up to scare you, but should you be in drug trafficking like this is highlighting in a certain amount of time? No. You shouldn't be doing that, selling poison to our people. Okay, you shouldn't be doing that. Okay, you should be living, a humble life under Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and his belief, and the real riches that you should be achieving should be in his wisdom. All right, so I'll leave it here. On this, but I'll go back to the scripture, and Lord willing, remember to put this in the description. Okay. So so it showed you that people were fugitives on the move. But look, with technology like that, anytime you pass certain spots, they can get you, they can find you. Okay, which it says at some point they had. Where did it say? Well, I'll keep reading. I jumped down to if they burned the Bible, and look, you couldn't look 57. And whosoever was found with any of the book of the testament, or if any committed to the law, the king's commandment was that they should put him to death. Okay, see how this is how it works. And they went through the cities and did it. And it said he set up governors. Man, that got bad down there. See if they say it up here somewhere. Yeah, bear with me, I'm just glancing over it. Yeah, man, yeah, it says they set up governors to go and do it, but basically they had physical people there to do it, versus later, I might have read over it. But Yeah, Antiochus Epiphanes, Ptolemy. Okay, it's showing you all of that. Dominion over. Yeah. Yeah. So let me scroll back down because they said they. Salakia. First Maccabees 1:29, it says, and after 2 years fully expired, the king sent his chief collector of tribute into the cities of Judah, who came unto Jerusalem with the great multitude, okay, and spake peaceable words unto them, like convenient, words like convenient, okay, that's a peaceable word, okay, but all was deceit, okay, for when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city and smote it very sore and destroyed much people of Israel, okay. And when he had taken the spoils of the city, he set it on fire and pulled down the houses and walls thereon on every side. But the women and children took they captive and possessed the cattle. See, they took over the whole city, killed a lot of people, burned down the city. So then builded they the city of David with a great and strong wall and with mighty towers, and made it a stronghold for them, not for us, against us, against anybody that came upon it. They took over our land, okay, and built it to their liking. And they put therein a sinful nation, wicked men, and fortified themselves therein. This became a stronghold and an armory, right? It says, and they stored it with armor and victuals, and they had and when they had gathered together the spoils of Jerusalem, they laid them up there. And so they became a sore snare, for it was a place to lie in wait against the sanctuary and an evil adversary to Israel. Okay, so people showed up thinking it was all good, and it wasn't. Okay, when you look at the ancient way that this military tactic was set up, it's the same military tactic, but used through technology. Right now, it's the football game. Later on, it becomes, like I said, the grocery store, the local Walmart or whatever, the gas station, okay, the corner store, all right, and eventually, like I showed you in the image of that video, it becomes on your block, okay, and then it gets with facial recognition now, as the guy said, first you have a credit card tied to, and then now has a face to it. Well, the whole system is the implant that's now tied to your face. Okay? So I'll go back up to Revelation 13, verse 11. It says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Okay, that's a two-party system. They make you basically only giving you two choices. They make you choose a side, which you're choosing a side now. Part of it is that two-party system that you're choosing between the RNC and the DNC. Okay, that's how they do it. RNC is it? Basically the Republican or Democrat. Okay, we just had the Democratic National Convention. All right, but you got two choices. Or you had the Trump one a couple weeks ago, or whatever it was. But you're showing different rallies going back and forth, and they're only giving you two choices to choose from. But regardless, what they're both saying and setting up is that draconian way of life. Okay? Okay. And that Draco goes, dragon goes back to Draco. Okay, it's the root word there. Right? It says, this is Wikipedia, of course. It says, also called Draco or Dracon, was the first record legislator of Athens in ancient Greece. He replaced and prevailed the prevailing system of oral law and blood feud by the draconian constitution, a written code to be enforced by the court of law. Let's see what draconian constitution is. Let's read down a little bit. Oral law, Greek codified basic law. Rule of law, early manifestation. Let's see. Suffrage, background. Again, the unequal access to the law. This triggered feuds by families ignorant of the law in an attempt to obtain justice. Let's read up a little bit. The aristocratic exploitation of the system began during the mid-7th century BC, and laws were often amended to benefit the aristocracy. Okay, so those in higher up. Okay, which people believe that's what's going to happen under Trump. Okay, but it's going to happen either way. But there's another. I think suffrage may be where this is going to come to life at. Hoplites were entitled to participate in political life. They could vote and hold minor state office positions. To hold higher positions, property was required. Okay, let's read faster. The generals in Athens, some born into a wedlock. Election to political positions in Athens was based on sortition, except for the Areopagus, which consisted of retired acrons. Let's see what this word means. And governance by lottery or other. Okay, we don't want that. Let's go back. Okay, so to make it, you can get into this. I had it there. Life. Let's see what life talks about. This demands life. Okay. Draconian. We saw all along. Bear with me. The law distinguished between murder and involuntary homicide. Okay. The punishment was more lenient for those owing a debt to a member of a lower class. The death penalty was punishment for even minor offenses, such as stealing a cabbage. Concerning the liberal use of the death penalty in the Draconic Code. Okay, you see? Laws harsh. I'm jumping around, just looking for keys to this. Any debtor whose status was lower than that of his creditor was forced into slavery. Okay? So you see how it's setting this up. If you're not one of the elite or in an elite position, I'll read this whole little quote here. It says, it is said that Dracon himself, when asked why he had fixed the punishment of death for most offenses, answered that he considered these lesser crimes to deserve it. And he had no greater punishment for more important ones. Wow. So he increased it, like theft. Like theft got a higher level of it. Well, this is that beast system still going around. I should have just here easily, but just to, this is what we do. Instead of show ourselves approved, we go in deeper. We don't just stay at surface level. But it says, why were Draco's laws so harsh? Draco created a written constitution to govern Athens and standardize the punishments for crimes. These punishments were extreme and harsh, according to later sources. These draconian laws intended to stamp out the social instability of ancient Athens. Okay. Who did Draco hate the most? That's a person. Okay, that was a person. So just with these, the technology we have to just look up these things, man, it's just easy to go get information. All right. Why do you think they're trying to link your Google with your Facebook, with your Instagram? They're trying to link all of these things, and then your pictures and your ID and all of that's all linked to it. Okay? Just saw the video talking about Zuckerberg put all this together. Let me get it.
According to Department of Homeland Security reports, Facebook has replaced almost every other CIA information gathering program since it was launched in 2004.
I can only show small snippets of this. But this is it. Basically, here the video. You can look this up. This is from 13 years ago. I'll show another small clip. If this is fair use, fair use. This is not for monetary gain, for educational purposes only. So I'll play a little bit more.
The public, we were astounded. So many people would willingly publicize where they live, their religious and political views, an alphabetized list of all their friends, personal email addresses, phone numbers, hundreds of photos of themselves, and even status updates about what they were doing moment to moment. It is truly a dream come true for the CIA.
You see? So, and I won't play anymore. I'll try to. They probably won't let me get this in the description as well, but we'll see what happens. But you have it there, so I won't put this one in there. But yeah, this is what they're setting up. They've been setting this up for a very long time. All of your info being able to be pulled up. Okay? No different than the ancient times. They're doing it in the times now. Okay? So when they persecute you for your beliefs and your matter of fact, there's just so many other things that are coming to mind. Let me see if I can grab another article, because this is no different than the ancient way that they went and they found you with the laws and the books back in Greece. Hey, they persecuted you. They put you to death. If they find you saying a certain something, they get you there. Let me get a scripture. I haven't dropped a scripture in a while. Isaiah 29 verse 21. 21. It says, that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate. That's for the prophets and the teachers, the men of the Lord, and the believers. Okay, for us that's out there correcting our people the right way to believe and the right way to move their actions and what they believe should be based on. They're gonna make us an offender for that, make us outlaws, give us warrants. Okay, so you see the system being set up to all persecute the men of the Lord according to the prophecy. It's saying, and turn aside the just from a thing of naught. Okay, and you want to turn aside though the Israelites that want to do right, but they have to. They're weak in the sense of they can't see life without being in the system, without being in the image of the beast. Okay. So back in Revelation 13 verse 12, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him. Okay, which is that Greco-Roman Empire. Okay, they have a lot. Well, military is huge, the political system's huge, and even the persecution of the Israelites is huge. Okay, it says and causeth the earth and them that dwell therein to worship the first beast. How they get you to worship the ancient Greco-Roman? With the lifestyle. If you go back and you look into it, which this is extended further than I wanted it to, but this is the spirit. Okay. Even genders confusion, if you will, was part of those empires. Okay, which is pretty much well known. You can Google that for yourself, but it's pretty much well known. Okay. It was in those two systems. Military was heavy in those two systems. The party systems, and even the rulership and wickedness prevailed in those two systems. Okay, it even said that in the book of Maccabees that wickedness grew in the earth. All right, it says and worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed. But this is literally that fourth beast, or even the bottom of the legs and the feet of iron mixed with iron and clay, from Daniel. Okay, because after the Renaissance, when it went down it says whose deadly wound was healed, when it went down, it was taken down for a period of say 1,000 years or so, right? 300 and some BC to 1300 in BC, the time of the Renaissance. When you Google, these are Google searches, man. Okay, if you Google and find out the years that the Roman Empire went down for the Byzantine Empire, okay, and then the Renaissance came back, you see that time period, and that's when this whole model system was being set up again. But now, to fulfill the prophecy, we're all the way in 2020, the 21st century, getting the technology to give them the fullness of their power. Okay, that's why I said in the fullness of his sufficiency. Okay, It said, he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire to come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. And they did that in this Second World War. And we know this Third World War is out there, because in the Second World War, they had no problem dropping bombs on those people. Okay, and the world got to see it happen. Speaking of Japan, the world got to see it happen, and it made the whole world fear. Okay, so it was a great wonder for that. And then from that point on, just tying things together, the whole espionage spy to get the technology from the Germans was Russia and America, basically, which brought upon the Cold War. Okay, trying to figure out who will get the best of the technology. And now that technology is in fruition of the two countries, or the two empires, if you will, that NATO EU system, and then the Warsaw Pact. Okay, so now all of that's set up, we have the final World's War coming into play, which 2 chapters over, it said 2 woes. Yep. Revelation 11 verse 14, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. And this all plays in, because when this system is fully set up, if you accept this system and the technology thereof, there's also the technology of war that has now increased. When you go to Isaiah the 9th chapter, the 5th verse, it says, for all wars were fought with garments rolled in iron, and men, let me get it, that are bumbling over it. Isaiah 9 verse 5, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Okay, so that's the nuclear capabilities that'll be in this. The technology is now meeting that ability to kill on war without having to just being an iron worker, the ironsmith or the bladesmith, okay, to build it. Instead, it's the technology smith, the scientist, right? Okay, and then real quick also, Isaiah 54 verse 16, behold, I have created the smith, which is a scientist, which, like I said, you can be a bladesmith, an ironsmith that makes weapons, so on and so forth, right? It says, blow up the coals in the fire. So they're creating destructive war. So now the technology is able to fit that. And when you go in the book of Second Esdras, it said, when the arrows be shot from one end of the earth into another, into the other, from the end of the earth into another, basically. The 15th chapter or 16th chapter. I think it's the 16th chapter. But it's saying that this arrow will be able to be shot. It's talking about the nuclear missiles. The technology now meets the capability to shoot across. Okay, continent to continent. Okay, it said, and that bringing forth an instrument for his work, the Heavenly Father's work, and I have created the waster to destroy. Okay, 17 is important as well. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment shall thou condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord Yahweh, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. So when we deny this whole beast system, we're going to become outlaws and fugitives, but we have a protector. We have salvation to come. Okay, as much as as lamentation, mourning, and woe, the scriptures have in it, it also is a book of hope and of salvation and of rescue. Okay, for those that believe unto even unto death. Okay, so this is a very important thing to understand. This prophecy of the image of the beast, or the MOT to the B, the mark of it particularly, and the technology that's meeting up with the times, this has to be what it's all about. Okay? Going back, okay, verse 14, in Revelation 13, verse 14, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. Now, beautiful thing about it is that so now that beast system that was that ancient Roman Empire is now the EU NATO nations, okay? And America is also the whore that rides the beast, okay? So they're part of that connection as well, all right? The beautiful part of this is that though we have the technology of surveillance, in as part of their power, and they have the technology of war in their power, they also have the power of science in medical situations, okay? They can perform certain surgeries. They got defibrillators. When people's heart stops, they can bring it back, give it a spark and bring it back. All these different technologies that are now able to be worked in these days. These are miracles, okay? The technology is now met up to perform these miracles, and now they got AI and they got all this other robots. They got all this other stuff able to be done now, okay? This is the system being set up, which had, it says, deceive them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, a way of life. So they're setting up a full way of life, okay? A full way of life for you to live in. Okay, you think the metaverse is just for that? The people on earth that's linked into this system will be able to go live, I don't want to say luxuries, but they'll be able to live, how do I want to say it? Basically, the comforts of life, because there won't be comforts like that on the outside world, but they'll go and be able to go to parties online, and with all this pestilence going on out there, okay, there'll be issues of how to that you can keep people separate, but then people allow people to get together, okay, online with the technology now. This is all the things that this is being set up, okay. And if you don't have the right credits or your social credit score, which they have set up in China, we've done videos about. If your credit score don't match, and a good show that shows you about social credit score is Black Mirror. Trying to think of I'm drawing blank today, but there's the Black Mirror episode. But that whole show pretty much shows the technology. But there's one Nosedive. Is the name of the episode. That one pretty much shows you of what happens if your social credit score goes off, and when you do, it shuts you off from certain things. You can't board airplanes and trains, so you got to find other means to move around the earth, and it'll just lock you out of that metaverse world. You can't go to this part of the board. You don't have access to that, and it'll also lock you out of access in real life as well. Okay. This is the system and the technology. So what they've essentially said, just using the NFL, and saying that it's not just for the people that work there or the media that shows up there, but also for the fans that come in there. When that's available, guess what? Now you're cut off. Now the board ends for you going into them games. You can't go see the Lakers play. You can't go see, a film, at a theater. So you're now cut off from certain pleasures in life, certain events in life you just can't go to. You're set off from internet access. You're set off from the metaverse, okay? Because you don't have that MOT to the B. All right. So as I'm veering off, I'm trying to bring it back home for you, just so you can see the how full this whole system is been set up, and all the miracles the technology has brought forth. But also, it also shows you, which is a very important thing, that if you join into this and you're connected to it already, you're bound to and you can't detach from it when the time is to detach, when it becomes mandatory to have it implanted in you. Hey, you're done. You're gonna fold, okay? Because they're going to hunt the men of the Lord that's telling people not to do this. That's teaching people the righteous ways, right? It says saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had a wound by a sword and did live, meaning that empire went down, but then they came back. Okay? It said in 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, which is that technology now, right? and the rulership to put it in place, and the legislation to put it in place, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Back to that language that showed you from the Greek Empire, okay? And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell. So you can't buy tickets to the game, okay? You can't get involved in that now. You're out. That part of the board or the world, the open world, is now cut off in real life, okay? Save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Now, as I said, as I've grabbed this in Revelation, the 13th chapter, it starts with your California driver's license, okay? It starts with facial recognition, okay? So when they recognize your face, okay, this is such and such. But now we go back and we look at their social credit status. We go back and look at their religious beliefs. We go back and look at, okay, at your, if you had your if you're updated on your JAB, VAX, you know, the Xbox or the MPOX, okay, to see if you've had those situations taken care of according to the system, according to that image, right? So we're gonna get into this word mark, and you know, they keep doubling down over there at the IUIC about what this is. It ain't no chip. Keep saying all of that, okay? Keep telling the people the wrong way, okay? Which we know the word directly is charagma. Well, okay, which says a stamp, an imprinted mark, right? A mark stamped on the forehead or and we know that the Neuralink is out there, and Neuralink got people able to play chess and video games with their mind. Okay, so now you'll be able to do things like walk around the metaverse. Okay, you see how that's now a miracle. You can run and you could be playing ball and you know, you can be in the NFL in the metaverse. Who knows what they'll allow you to do? You can win a dance competition in the metaverse, but in the real world, you know, you may not have legs, or you may be paralyzed or something. Okay, it said on the right hand as a badge of the followers of the Antichrist. Okay, and we know the mark branded upon horses. That was a thing. Branding was a thing back in the Greek Empire as well. A thing carved, sculpture, graven work, idolatrous images, right? We see all of that there. A scratch or etching, stamp, badge of servitude. Okay, so you take the charagma, you've now given a badge of servitude. Now, when you go deeper into the etymology root word, this here G5483, karax, okay, scratching, okay, a pale or stake, palisade, something pales into it, okay, trench, when you dig into something, okay, part military round, circumvention and siege, okay, you penetrate, basically penetrate, and that's what this man is trying to do, trying to penetrate our people and become trying to become our Lord or our God, which we have one. We can't take this thing. Okay, our God is Yahweh Shemi Shai, so we have to fight back from that. Okay, so it shows you that this is a stake or a palisade. Okay, to sharpen to a point, carasso. Okay, it's another word. But you come up, and another root word here, grapho, a root word grapho, to write in reference to the form of letters, to delineate letters on a tablet, parchment, paper, or other material, to write with reference of the contents of the writing. So this is the content that it'll be on this charagma that's charaxed into you. Okay? Showing you what the MOT to the B is. So what'll be on that grapho? The grapho will be your information, like your California ID, like your blood type, like whether you have the JAB or not. Okay? to express in written characters, to commit to writing, write down, record. Okay? And there's another scripture that said, let me get it. Psalm 56, verse 5 through 7, I think I'll read down to. I'll start in the KJV. It says, every day they wrest my words. All their thoughts are against me for evil. Okay, they gather themselves together. They hide themselves. They mark my steps. Okay, and this system will be able to mark your steps. No, just like they did in the ancient worlds. Okay, the Greco-Roman empires. Okay, they wait when they wait for my soul. Why? Because as in that same time of the Maccabees, they showed you how they killed you for your belief. If you kept the ways of the Lord, they also mark your steps and wait to make sure that you're not keeping them. In that time, they make sure you're not keeping it in this time, because that image isn't setting up on righteousness. Okay, they shall they escape by iniquity? In thine anger cast down the people, O power Yahweh. Right. So when we go back, and I'll read it 5 and 6, particularly in the NLT. They are always twisting what I say. Right. They spend their days plotting to harm me. They come together to spy on me, watching my every step, eager to kill me. Okay? Watching my every step. Let's see. Translation comparison to brother. In the BBE translation, it says, they come together, they are waiting in secret places. They take note of my steps. They are waiting for my soul. Okay? Is that not this? Okay? Is that not this? It's literally taking note of the steps of the people. Okay? This is in that technology. And look, this starts off as trying to get into the football game. Okay? Simply just having it, on your phone, trying to drive around or do things, go to certain places with your California IDs. Okay? But ultimately, it helps put together that whole system. Okay? So this is what's going on, man. Something as simple as making your IDs digital, your biometrics digital, your bioidentity digital. Okay, now you have a digital identity and all of this. They got you setting up these, even when you play the 2K and you do the My Player version, most people put themselves, what they actually look like in life. So now they have a model of what you look like playing the game. When I used to play, I started off playing, okay, I'm gonna do my exact, my real height, 6'2", 205 pounds, or 10 pounds, whatever it was at the time, and then my right-handed and what I like to do in the game, and I put this fun simulation that way, okay, and then people start trying to make themselves better because it was just made for video game sake. But then I start realizing, hold on, this is actually kind of look like me out there. Let me make myself this tall, this weight, and with green hair or just weird, just not my features. I damn near just put it on random now. I don't even care. Well, I don't play it now, but when I was playing, when I was in the truth, when I started realizing, hey, they can just click in. If I was online, they know exactly who to look for. They see me on the metaverse basketball court, and they just come find me in public. Okay, but they're putting a system together that will be able to find you in that system and get you, okay, for your beliefs. Okay, when you go to two verses over, a couple chapters over, I'm going to go to this in Revelation 20:4, then I'll go back to Revelation 14. But it says, and I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of Yahweh, okay? Because you didn't assimilate into the system. You didn't accept the mark of the beast, okay? And which had not worshipped the image of the beast, neither his image, have not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. Okay? And they were beheaded. Okay? Was key to that. And how do they get beheaded? Because they're going to search you out. Okay? 2nd Ezra 16:68. I'll read down a few verses. Okay, it says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, as it also said, some of you shall be cast into prison," in Revelation the 2nd chapter. Okay, they're going to take us because of what we believe. We'll be fugitives, man. We'll have warrants for us, okay? Because of what we believe. And I don't remember where that article or that video is at, but they were, matter of fact, let me look again. But I was looking for the article that said about the things you say online, you can get charged for it. Let me see. Couldn't find the article, but this, I slid past me. But this goes into a lot of different things. So if I do find that article about the things you say, being policed as well, I'll try to make another video on that. We did one a while back before. But there's always updates going on with this system. So, one more script. Yeah, check this out. I'm not gonna. This is how you get to it right here. I'm not gonna be able to put all these links in the description. Right. A couple more precepts. Okay. And feeds you being idle with things offered unto idols. Back in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, the 68th verse, 69th verse. And they that consent, that accept the image of the beast, the mark of the beast, with that image of the beast, unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. And here's the point of us becoming having warrants and fugitives, right? For there shall be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Not that know the Lord, but they coming against our people in general, and they're going to take collateral damage to find the men of the Lord. And our people and the people that don't believe are going to turn on us. Some that do believe are going to turn as well. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Okay, all of this is going to be happening. Okay? All part of this system and this image and way of life, this policed way of life. And like I said, you watch these dystopian movies and end time movies, and you see especially the futuristic technology type movies, you see all of this set up in there. Okay? Last one, I want to end on what happens if you take it, though. If you accept this system and you take it as into you, right? So as I correlated World War III, the third world coming quickly, the technology of the missiles and all of that, right? This is Revelation 14:8. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Okay, they all fell for the Babylonian juice, right? And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, righteous anger, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, because Yahweh and the angels will be there in the sky as well, redeeming the elect. Okay, from Revelation the 18th chapter, come out of her, that thou be not partaker of her sins, right? The elect will be, what it says down in Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, as well. Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, as well as in Revelation, the 18th chapter, the 4th verse has come out of her, right? And then even in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, where it's talking about, then shall you be known who are my chosen. Okay, that's when the elect are getting beamed out of there. Okay. Those different chapters are showing the salvation of those that believe unto the end, right? It says, and the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Here is the patience and here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh and the faith of Yahushua Mashiach. So, Lord willing, this was edifying, okay? Just want to go into some of this tech. It was going to be a short video. The Spirit moved it into a longer video. Lord willing, it was edifying. To the next one, call all Yahweh, Bashim Yashai, Bashim HaKodash. They belong to our apostles, the bishops, the elders of the great millstone, and greetings, salutations, blessings, and much love unto you, hopefully elect. To the next one, Shalom.